Are you looking for an in-depth Black History Month project for the Spanish classroom to get your middle schoolers and high schoolers critically thinking and engaging with research? Stay tuned because I have the perfect resource for you that will get your kids quite possibly very excited. Hola, my name is Allison Perryman. I am the founder of The Cultural Classroom, and I create resources and materials for Spanish classrooms that uplift marginalized communities. Be sure to watch to the end for some special surprises. The Afro-Latino Heritage Project is one of my favorite and most popular resources that I have created. The project uplifts 60 plus Afro-Latinos from various countries, regions, professions, time periods. And I'm going to walk you briefly through this resource and just how it can change worldviews of your students. The Afro-Latino Heritage Project consists of multiple components. There's a digital essay that students have to submit. And then they print out that essay and put it on construction paper. And they also put a picture of the Afro-Latino that they studied on construction paper. That will be posted in the hallway, if you so choose, or in the classroom, if you want to do a gallery walk. Finally, there is a presentation that is expected for class, so students have to provide some sort of Google slideshow or a trifold or some sort of presentation that will present their Afro-Latino that they choose. I share the project usually within the first week of February over the course of a few days. And these days lay the groundwork, the foundation to the story of Afro-Latinos. Now, obviously, I can't give the full story of Afro-Latinos because that could be a whole course, that could be a whole major, but I give as much information as I can about Afro-Latinos in general. What the intersection of ethnicity and race, what that means, what those terms mean, the fact that 96+% of all African slaves during the transatlantic slave trade, which some students do not know what that is. They are unaware of the transatlantic slave trade. So that is something that you might want to keep in mind when you're teaching this. During that time period, that 500-year time period, 96+% of all slaves went to Latin America and the Caribbean. And that is a fact that a lot of people are unaware of. I share the statistics of Afro-Latinos in the United States. And so that's kind of cool, just to kind of know how many people identify as Afro-Latino, how many people within the Latino community are Afro-Latino, etc., etc. If you're interested in any of those slides, I have them organized. I usually use them and spruce them up every year. Just let me know. I have the information in the description below, and you can click on the link to find out more information. Hola mi gente, Editing Allison here. I just wanted to check in with you guys. If you are liking this content, this video, what you're seeing, make sure you like it and subscribe, because what that does is that tells the YouTube algorithm that you like my stuff and they should show it to more people. And if they do that, then more people will like this stuff and be exposed to social justice and just different diversity initiatives. So at the end of this video, be sure to click on the Afro-Latino playlist, which has chock full of information that you might like. So adios, ciao. Oh, keep watching, there's more video. Make sure that if you do get this project, that you read through all the information, because oye, profes, it is all editable. If you want to tweak something because your students are on the younger side, or if you want to tweak something because they're on the older side and you want to make it all in Spanish, feel free to do that. That's why I made the project editable. The big contest I find in class is who is presenting who. So it becomes a contest of, I want to present Celia Cruz, and then, someone else is like, well, I want to present, Carolina Contreras, and then they start kind of bickering over who wants to present who. So what I do is I do a name picker, and then whoever's name comes up, they get to pick who they want, and then it just keeps going like that, and it just randomly selects each person. So when I say randomly selects, I mean that if it landed on me, Allison, I would be able to pick Celia Cruz if I wanted to. I personally give students 3 to 4 weeks to work on the project, checking in with them every week. There's a formal mid-time period check-in to see what sources they are using and what they've found out about their person through a graphic organizer that is provided. Then at the end of the month, the presentations and essays are due, along with the posters. Students will present, classmates will keep track of the people that are being showcased through a tracker. And of course, rubrics are provided to make our teacher lives easier. The construction paper posters can be posted in the hallway as wall art, and that can garner interest in the hard work that the students have put into their essays, into their Afro-Latino studies. And a lot of people stop and stare, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that this movie star was Afro-Latina, or I didn't know that this person was Afro-Latino, and so on and so forth. So this project can be so groundbreaking for students, especially because they have to bring in an artifact during their presentation to bring the person alive in class. And that can include a video, that can include something tangible, that can include a lot of different things. And so, for example, I've had students present on Victoria Santa Cruz, and I've had students read the poem out loud after us watching a poem by Victoria Santa Cruz. And Armonia Rosales is an artist, and she uses a lot of gold in her artwork, and she recreates traditional, quote-unquote, artwork that like Michelangelo type artwork, and she recast the characters as Afro-Latinos or Afro-descendientes. And so it's so awesome because every year I have students choose her, and I love stealing their paintings because they're always so gorgeous. A lot of times every year I have someone do something musical. So Pedro Knight, I'll have presentations on him, or Ibrahim Ferrer, or Celia Cruz, and then students will bring in a trumpet or a saxophone or something, and then they'll play an excerpt on a piece that they performed. Elizabeth Acevedo is a writer. She's a poet. And last year, I had one of the most amazing presentations where a student broke down one of her poems and the themes behind her poem. And it was really amazing. And we ended up having a classroom discussion after that presentation. That was one of the first times that has happened, where a presentation halted class and made us stop and think as a group and discuss what we saw, what we were watching. So I do have some controversial figures, such as Hugo Chavez, because I want students to see different ideologies, different political ideologies than ours in the United States, than what is promoted in the United States. It doesn't reflect my ideology, it doesn't reflect anything else. I just want students to be introduced to that there are other thoughts and ideas in the world. Francia Marquez is Vice President of Colombia, and one student found out that she at one point was an environmental activist and a lawyer, and that student was so pumped about that, just making that connection. And I think that's the magic of this project, right? Is grouping Afro-Latinos in different categories that students connect with, and students making connections with Afro-Latinos, and then presenting about them and becoming almost connected to them, right? And so through this research, we build these intercultural skills. And it's a beautiful project. It really does not have to be super hands-on. It depends on your age group. But you will spend some time doing the presentations if you want to. Or you can do a flip gallery where people do their presentations online, and then afterwards people have to do like a flip gallery walkthrough. So throughout the month, I also find ways to include musical warm-ups, comprehensible input through reading assignments, and just so much more. So if you're interested in learning about my Afro-Latino Heritage Project or any of the Afro-Latino resources, be sure to click on the link below in the description or above, wherever it is that you're watching this. And I'm also offering a free course on how to incorporate Black History Month themes in the Spanish classroom for free. tinyurl.com/BHM Spanish free course. All right, so short for Black History Month, Spanish free course. All right, and as always, just remember that it's through projects like this that students learn about themselves and that they learn about the world. And this is how we are creating our global citizens and intercultural beings. I hope you guys have a wonderful time and that you just continue growing those global citizens that you have. Mwah!